back to giving them some love so they can know what it is. Because right now, ain't nobody showing love. So the young boys don't love nothing. But the shit that substitute for their feelings.
But the stuff that substitute for their
feelings.
The
guns, the cars, the money, the women. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And you can't, you know, they say, you know what I mean? Like when it come down, the reason why, like, you know, I don't even mind when I talk about my mom and tears fall a little bit and all that. When you being honest and when you talking to people, you got to strip yourself down to the bone onto who you is as a person.
Right.
That's the only way you can be honest. You can't.
So you saying you got to become basically not physically naked, but mentally naked.
Yes.
You got and that's for both parties.
Yeah. I mean,
for a person to really understand you.
I mean, they say people go through quadrants, right? And they got college courses on this. It's called quadrants, and it's like cycles of life that you go through. They say in order for you to be the best person that you could be, you got to know all your flaws and try to correct them. So for real, it's the person that's stopping themselves from being the better them.
And you know I love to debate something.
The hardest thing to do is correct yourself. Because you're set in your ways. You're going to be stubborn about it. You're going to be like, yo, man, when that nigga, I'm used to smacking the shit out niggas when they talk crazy. In order to be a better man, I got to suck it up, put my pride to the side, and might even got to take that hit. Because I'm going to lose if I crash out. My son not going to eat. My daughter not going to eat. My wife going to lose her man. Another nigga going to be fucking my wife. Another nigga going to be head of my household. And I can't take, and I don't have no control over nothing. Because I lost my cool. Because I didn't learn that being a man is dealing with everything you don't want to deal with, turning it around, and making it motivation and making a success story out of it. People don't want to see that. You know how many times people blackball me, bro, for being raw and being real? On 106 in Park, I ain't lose that battle. But if people get a stigmatism of being like, oh, no, he was too hype. He was this, he was that. That's why, you know what I mean? You got to watch people like that. You got to watch people that seem like they in your corner but be doing self-sabotaging. Prime example, right? I ain't going to say no names, right? I put that up on my Instagram, and I know that he followed my Instagram, but he ain't pay attention to that quote from me, right? So I'm viral right now on the Young Boy Lido joint, and the Young Boy Lido giving me all the energy I need on that viral joint, right? He the youth. All you see is fire, 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 fire emojis under my shit from the kids. The same kids that the niggas around me told me I wouldn't be good enough for them to listen to. Why? Because that nigga's a hater. That nigga don't know how to see outside of his own self and trying to make your life his life. That nigga is uncomfortable and miserable. And you know what he said? He walked up to me and said, hey, yo, man, when you get on them platforms, don't get so excited. Fuck you mean? I rolled the window up on him and I peeled my tires on him because I get away from negative energy. I'm not sitting around nobody that want me to forget about or try to delegate how I am as a person. Nigga, I come from pain. And I told niggas that on BET and turned my back on with a shirt that said most hated with a big ass gun on the back of it. You know what I mean? You seen it upstate. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that's what I learned from. Pain ain't quiet. It's universal. Pain hurt. Fuck, I gotta calm my pain down for. Oh, hey, if you looking at this joint right now, man, realize I'm everything you want to be.
Yeah, but that, you know,
I'm giving that up.
But man, we don't beat your man up here. It is what it is, man. You know, you gonna deal with certain situations in life, man.
Yeah.
And
I don't like people that try to downplay people's success.
Yeah, but
Or try to-
that's for, you know what I mean, we you know, we ain't getting to the caddy shit up here, man.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
play,
caddy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know what I mean? Yeah, we don't, you know what I
Old
mean?
head, but it's an
But
example.
still, but it's just a trend.
Yeah,
shit,
but
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
it's an example of how old heads think.
Right.
And it's an example on what old heads say to young boys, or say, how you know what you saying to that young boy if he being thorough and being whatever he could be, that it's not downplaying what he can be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's seeing a young boy and they telling them, listen, yo, young boy, do this, do that, do this, do that, or you're not going to be successful.
No.
Right. No, I'm saying, you hear what I'm saying? The old head, say if an old head tell a young boy, like one of these young boys that's doing this beautiful thing that they doing right now.
Exactly.
And they told them why they doing what they doing. Yo, man, you need to do this like this, man. You ain't doing it right. But they right here doing it. They doing it. So if they doing it, why would you downplay what they doing it instead of giving them something to make them feel like they winning?
Mm-hmm. Or let them know they winning. Because
That's where I'm at with it. I don't just be talking to be going at people or nothing. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that it's an example of a person that's courting their second childhood too. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, nobody should be telling nobody nothing to put them down. Mm-hmm. Nobody shouldn't be trying to tell nobody how to curve who they are. Mm-hmm. You should love a person just for who they are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's the problem with that?
It shouldn't be no problem.
But it is. And that's the thing that's going on. You got too many people battling about the wrong shit. Mm-hmm. They're battling about ages. They're battling about sexes. They're battling about religion. They're battling about, it's always a battle. Now we are at the battle where the young boys is battling where they need to learn or they don't want to learn from their predecessor. So you got the person that can teach and the future that's not becoming the future because they not learning. Mm-hmm. So it's a clash. Mm-hmm. How long can that really be like work?
Yeah.
How many generations of people we got to lose until we get that right?
We probably got to lose a lot. I hope we don't have to lose a lot. But if you sit there and be real with yourself, and really, really be like, damn, you be like, yeah. Sometimes it's sacrifice to have better.
Right, and sacrifice is love, and that's my whole point. In order, love is sacrifice. For you to do for another person like you do for yourself, and want for your brother like you want for yourself,
that's sacrifice.
Right. But when you got people,
well, not even for yeah.
But when you got people that don't want to abide by that, you got people that's just selfish, and when you got people that's just selfish, then that stop people from eating. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's like a big problem in Philadelphia. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like we don't have no unity, and everybody know what the problem is, but don't nobody care about the unity to create something bigger. And that's how we gonna get the growth to be special. Mm-hmm. When we come together. Cause
let's start with each one of us individually, though, man. Yeah. Each one of us got to take, and then I think like with the youngins, I think what we talking about now, to see how we getting it. And I ain't saying that we knowing it, people. Yeah. We getting it.
Yeah.
But can you really get it at a young age? You got to be taught it. Because I think getting it comes with age.
Well,
would you say that?
Not in these days and time. Because look at how advanced they becoming now.
Okay, so they got to be hurried up along.
Yeah, without nobody, they learning right now. They learning from two examples of two people that come from nothing, that's family that could come up here and have these conversations and then talk to them and look them in, and they can see it. Because at the end of the day, the young boys, that's how they are. You got to show them. You can't just talk that shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's where the other part come in, why they not respecting them other niggas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, we laugh about it, man, but the laughing just is like a serious thing.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I've been around my young boys and I know how they felt about people that took advantage when they was wide-eyed and wanted to learn. Mm-hmm. And how they crushed them with their own self-stinginess or whatever, however they was as a person when they was making all the sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
And them sacrifices, the person that's selfish don't care about.